Thank you very much. Today, I think my short talk is really meant to provoke us, the so-called women fighting for gender equality today for a sustainable tomorrow. I begin by asking a very pertinent question as to who really is a woman. Why is it that this identity called woman is the most policed identity? It is the most regulated identity. It is the most blamed, shamed identity, I think, from the beginning of mankind. If we talk about even in the Christian background, it is an identity that is linked to the fall of man. Why is this identity so much blamed, shamed? How can we talk about gender equality in this 21st century when this identity is so fragmented? Even when we are talking about equality in the theme of this year's Women's Day celebration, do we even ask the question as to whether this identity called, or this category or this term called equality, is it something that resonates to the senses of that woman in the village? Does it resonate? Does it make sense to that woman in the ghetto? Why are we fragmented as women? Why is this identity an identity of othering? Why this fragmentation in our solidarity? We know that this activism started as far back as 1985 during the Beijing platform, but still, we are still talking about women lagging behind everywhere. I see this as due to the fragmentation of this category, woman, because as a woman, I want the other woman to look like me, to behave like me, to talk and exhibit femininity, to be a vicious woman, to be elegant like me. As a result, it is very difficult for us to unite and even talk about gender equality when we still remain fragmented with this notion of othering other women. Sadly, patriarchal male dominance has seen this weakness within us women, and they are using even us women as vehicles of patriarchy to dominate, to fragment women even further. How do we talk about equality when we can't stand in solidarity with one another, but instead we are on each other's throats as women, producing differences, different categories of women, educated versus uneducated, religious versus unreligious women, Christianized women versus unchristianized women, village or urban women, these binaries of married and unmarried, women that are married with children and women that are not single mothers. We look at each other with differences. How do we talk about gender equality when we are fragmented as women? In a country like Zambia, in the recent past, we have seen actually men or social media being flooded with notions of parading maybe two young women, and they're asking questions as to who is prettier than the other, who is well-dressed than the other, who has adorned this same attire better than the other. And sadly, you find women join this misogyny, join this hatred for women, this division of women, and they start taunting other women, bringing down other women, instead of defending, fighting this misogyny, fighting this masculinist behavior that is tearing, that is delaying our solidarity as women. How do we talk about gender equality when we remain as a fragmented identity? As long as we remain fragmented with this pull her down syndrome across the globe, looking at color, looking at hairstyle, we are focusing on differences of religion, marital status, tribe, race, social class, and location. We shall remain behind, and our talk about gender equality will remain a pipe dream. We are prolonging our liberation as a category of women. I thought I should submit that. I thank you.